Hi everybody, this is Dr. Bricker here. I'm your physics professor for Physics 220, Summer 2021. This is an intro video. We're going to go over the syllabus, show you a couple of other things, and get us started with the class. So I've logged into Brightspace. It should look something similar to this. The first thing you want to do is make sure we're on the same time zone and set up some notifications to make sure that you get the announcements. So it is an online class, and usually I send out announcements pretty often, so you want to make sure that you're getting those. So I'm clicking up here. Whoops, I'm clicking here actually. Myself, notifications first. I usually just get my notifications through email, but you can use this Pulse app if you want to do that. But make sure that you have things checked that you want to be notified for. I get mine sent to gbreaker@Purdue, and then it's forwarded to my PNW email. I think you can change the setting here if you want it to go to a different number. You can register your mobile number if you want to do it that way. I don't usually do that. I just have, again, emails come to me. And I've already gone through and done this before. I'm not sure what the default is. I'm not sure what your settings will be here, but I definitely want to make sure I'm getting notified for announcements. So the big ones up here: announcements, new announcement available, that sort of thing. So make sure that however you're getting it through email or text, make sure that you have this clicked. So if you get a new announcement, it's there. You don't check like 5 days later and notice that, oh, the homework was due or something like that. So whatever else you want to put here, content, discussions, grades. We don't really have discussions in this class, but grades, things like that. Make sure you click whatever you want, but definitely have announcements checked. Okay, and then make sure that you're on the correct time zone. Let me see if I can remember where that's at. Account settings, maybe. And yeah, down here somewhere, time zone. So I'm just clicked Chicago time zone. I mean, it's potentially possible that maybe your default isn't our current time zone, and you definitely want it to be our current time zone. Anyway, this is the one I'm going by. Maybe you're not even in the Chicago time zone. Maybe you're taking a class somewhere else. But anyway, make sure that this is the correct time zone, so you don't have something late because you don't have the right time zone. Okay, just a couple of things there, and what I want to show you is where the content is located. So first, let me go to Course Home. Here's there's going to be an announcement here. I'm making this before I send out the first announcement. But you'll see all the announcements here. Here's some upcoming due dates over here. Intro to Mastering is due. We'll talk about what that is in just a minute. Homework 1, Homework 2, etc. Due. So let me go to Content. Show you how the class is kind of laid out here. And over here on the left-hand side, you see the syllabus. We'll go through that in just a minute. Bookmarks, those are things that you actually put in there. Table of contents, you see Mastering Physics. So Mastering Physics is where the e-text will be, homework, and several other things that come along with Mastering Physics. So more about that in just a minute as well. So here's the first Week 1 module. So if I click Week 1 module, you see all these different things under it. PowerPoints, homework help videos, content videos, lab, homework assignments. So everything is laid out by the week. We have 6 weeks. Week 1, I started populating. There's nothing in homework help videos yet. There will be before classes actually start. Let me just click PowerPoint here. And then you can see the PowerPoints for the first 3 chapters. Basically, the first week we cover the first 3 chapters. So the PowerPoints are there. This is a little strange how it navigates, actually. So let me click Week 1, and then everything is over here on the right-hand side. It's just a little harder to visualize, I think. So I stick with it like this. I clicked Week 1, then I can see all these sub-modules, and then I click PowerPoint. And then I can see the 3 PowerPoints over here. However you want to do that. It's the same material, it's just it looks a little different, maybe. If I just did this, click Week 1, then everything is over here at the same time. And it's hard to scroll through it all. Here it's more like of a summary view. But then if I click content videos, now over here we've got content videos, and then you can go through all these. Make that one smaller. So chapter 1, click here, introduction, putting numbers to nature. And if I want to make that smaller, chapter 2, a bunch of videos for chapter 2. So these are content videos. This goes along with you reading the chapters, going through the PowerPoints. Here's some videos to go along with this stuff. So the author of the book has made some nice videos of his actual class and then some other videos. So these are all here for you. Okay, so in general, I don't have it yet, but you'll have week 2, week 3, etc., all the way through week 6, and it'll look similar to this. Okay, so that's again under content, and then you see everything over here. Okay, well, let's take a look at the syllabus and kind of tie everything back together. Syllabus is here. Let me actually make this a little bit bigger. Okay, so I am Dr. Glenn Bricker. Here's my email address, gbricker@pnw.edu. So it is a completely online class. You know, keep in touch with me through email. We can set up a Zoom meeting, however you want to do that. So yeah, lecture lab online. Yeah, I'll give you more information about the lab on the first day of class. Make a video for that. But essentially, the lab, they're going to be online labs. It'll make more sense when you actually see it through something called Pivot Interactives. It's free. I'll give you the code and all that to access the labs starting Monday. So for the time being, don't worry about labs until Monday. The first lab is not due until the Sunday of the first week. So we've got a little bit of time there. So it's algebra-based mechanics, heat, sound, science, for science students not specializing in physics, chemistry, or engineering. Okay, so it's algebra-based. So we do things like forces, energy, momentum, collisions, a little bit with waves, simple harmonic motion, buoyancy, you know, that would be under the category of fluids, a little bit of thermodynamics, specific heat, that sort of thing. So this is a 6-week class. Usually it's 16 weeks. So every week is about 2.7 weeks. Well, every day is about 2.7 days. So think about that. Every 2 days that goes by is almost a week. Okay, so it's going to be pretty intense. You got to really keep up with this stuff. Okay, so just keep that in mind. You are pretty much going to be doing physics for the next 6 weeks, and then it's over with at least. Learning outcomes, these are really what we're covering in this class. Improved knowledge and conceptual understanding of force, motion, energy, momentum, fluids, oscillations, waves, and thermodynamics. That's really the meaty part of the class. And we'll do a lot of homework problems along the way, and we'll have 3 tests along the way. So hopefully doing the homework, going through this whole process, you'll learn to solve problems. That's part of the effect of taking a physics class. You learn how to organize your thoughts and solve physics problems. Okay. Ability to make predictions, experimental outcomes. So we do have labs throughout the class. That's where that goes on. It's a little cumbersome maybe to do labs online instead of in person. You miss out on a lot of the hands-on part. But these labs that you'll see, they're sort of a mixture of it. It's not a simulation. You'll be involved with getting measurements from actual videos of labs. And that'll make more sense when you actually see those. Okay, and you'll see through the class that we're going to have a lot of definitely physics problems, but you'll see hopefully the connection to biology and engineering, even chemistry. So to me, physics is where it all starts, and then it branches off into all these other categories. Okay, so the required material, College Physics with Modified Mastering, 4th edition by Knight, Jones and Field. It's a Pearson product. The least expensive way of getting it, I'll show you, is directly through this Brightspace course, this Mastering Physics link. It's by far the cheap, maybe not by far, it's the least expensive way. So if you have purchased the code somewhere else, you can still use it here. Here's the ISBN number. But I'm going to show you the least expensive way of doing this. Now maybe you already have the homework code, and you already have a hardcover of the book. You just need the homework. You can buy that separately as well. I think it's something like $80 or $90, maybe close to $100 for this product. If you have to take Physics 221, it's also good for Physics 221, so you won't have to buy another book when you take Physics 221. It's the same book. The code is good for at least a year. Okay, so homework will consist of these Mastering Physics online problem sets. Maybe before we go on too far, I'll show you where to actually get this. Well, let me jump to the very last page of the syllabus for the instructions. Okay, so now I'm going to be talking about the Mastering Physics. Again, that's a couple of things. Mastering Physics is the homework, but it's also where the e-text is housed. So this very last page of the syllabus goes over this. Getting started with Pearson, MyLab, or Mastering Physics through D2L. Brightspace, D2L, same thing. Okay, so log into your campus's Brightspace, and then once you do that, you'll see this. Whoops, try to diminish this. Okay, I think it's this button down here. Yeah. Okay, so over here on Content, you see Mastering Physics. You click this. And then the first one up here, My Mastering Course Home. I've already registered, so it's not going to look the same as when you go through it. But when you hit this MyLab Mastering Course Home, this is how you actually can purchase the book, or if you already have the code, you can do it that way. Again, this will be the least expensive way of doing it, though, just purchasing it directly from them. So you click this, and then let me go back to the syllabus, and we'll see what comes next. So you click any of these, and going back to the instructions. Next thing is, so you again, let me start over. Go to Brightspace, you click the Mastering link on the left under Content. Then you'll need to sign in with your Pearson account. So if you've had any kind of mastering chemistry or MyMathLab, even in high school, you probably have a Pearson account. If not, you just make a Pearson account. It's free. Okay? And then when prompted for access, click the Access Code button if you've purchased a package somewhere else, or purchase instantly now by clicking on the purchase options. You can use a credit card or PayPal. You can also get temporary access for 14 days. So if you don't have the funds right now, you have 14 days to come up with the money for this. Okay, so click whatever option you need. Now you could either get the e-text with the homework, or you could just get the homework. You might just want to get the homework if you already have the hard copy of the book. Okay, so go through, get that all set up. You do not need any sort of course ID or anything like that. You're going at this through Brightspace. They already know what the code is. There is no code. I can't give you a course code. There isn't any. This is modified mastering. It's all set up through Brightspace. There is no course code. So doing it like this. So don't go to masteringphysics.com and try to do this, or Pearson or something like that. You have to go through Brightspace, click the mastering link, and then go through these steps. So that's what you should do first thing. Get in here, get registered for this. Don't spend 5 hours if you're having some kind of problem. There's a few help articles down here. Send me an email right away. Don't let this become a burden for the class. This should be a seamless thing that happens for us all. But let me know right away. Don't email me in 2 weeks, say I've never been able to get into Pearson. A third of the course is over with. I mean, yeah, that would be bad. So right away, get in and do this. There's actually a bonus homework set already available for us. Okay, so hopefully that was clear enough. Once you do that, when you hit Mastering Physics, you can go to Mastering MyLab and Mastering Course Home. Now, if you want to go right to the e-text, you could do that. The homework assignments, you could do that. Or if you just go to the MyLab Mastering Home, you could access all the things under here. These are just sort of quick links for you. I'm just going to click the top one here. Okay. Firefox can't open this page, so let me open Cite a new window. Okay, so if for some reason you try this with one browser and it doesn't work, like whatever the Explorer is called now. Try a different browser. I'm using Firefox. For some reason, Google, to me, for my own Chrome anyway, hasn't been working with this so well. So I've been using Firefox. It'll look similar to this, but not exactly the same because you're not the teacher of the class. So over here on the left-hand side, you see a lot of things. E-text. Why don't I do this first? This is where the book is located. Again, you could have accessed the e-text from the previous screen over, over here. You could have just hit e-text and got it that way. If you hit the mastering home, you could also get the e-text this way. So this is the book. It's a really good book. There's a lot to it. There's embedded videos from the author, lots of different things. It's just taking a minute here to open. So we're going to be starting with chapter 1. Okay, so representing motion. And here's the book here. So you can go through, take a look at it. It's a really good book. A little bit of a review here. What is the length of the hypotenuse? These sort of stop to think questions. So it's really interactive. I want to show you one where there's an actual video. Maybe I actually just click that one. Okay, and click the first link here. So these are just the sections. So there's a video embedded right there for you. So, always read the chapter. You can take a look at these videos. I provided you some videos. Also, you saw that earlier. Okay, so definitely go through this. That's the e-text. That's where the book is located. Study area. Lots of neat stuff in the study area as well. Now, I know it's a busy semester. Maybe you won't have a chance to look at the study area a lot, but if you do, there's neat stuff here. So representing motion, you can get the e-text that way. The author of the book works out some homework questions, end of the chapter, tutor solutions, that sort of thing. PHYS simulations, you can take a look at that. Not as much in chapter 1 because it's kind of a smaller chapter. Okay, so all these chapters, we won't go all the way through 30. Anything above like chapter 17 is really for Physics 221. Okay, I just wanted to show you that this was actually there for you. Class videos, conceptual videos. If you have to take the MCAT at some point, there's an MCAT prep quiz. So that's all built in. You paid for it. All this stuff is here. It's sort of to augment your learning, but I mean, it's already a pretty accelerated class. So these all are here for you. If you have a chance to take a look at them, definitely take a look at them. Okay, so you saw the e-text, the study area. The other big thing are the homework assignments. Okay, let's see if I can find a nice way of getting these. I'll just do course home. Here's the assignments. There's a calendar view of these things. Again, yours won't look exactly the same, but pretty similar. I think you have 4 homework assignments. Let's see. You have the intro available right now, homework 1 and homework 2 available right now. So the intro is just the intro to how mastering physics actually works. Homework 1 is the first actual homework set, and it's due on Thursday, the 20th by midnight. Okay? Now, if it's a day late, you get 10% off whatever scores are late. 2 days late, 20% off. 3 days late, 30% off. 5 days late, it's 50% off. After that, it doesn't get any lower than 50%. So you could do homework 1 a week late and still get 50% of the score. Now, if something happens, let me know. I can reset the due date for you. It looks something like this, though. I just clicked on this assignment. I'll do student view. This is what it actually will look like for you. So these are problems out of the back of the book. So problem 1.7, 1.12, etc. So homework 1 is over the first couple of chapters. And they look something like this. I'm just clicking on the first one. Kiera starts at 22 meters along the coordinate axis. She undergoes a displacement of -41. What's her final position? So here's a few things about this. never hit request answer. Once you hit request answer, that means you give up. They'll give you the answer. You don't get to do it again. I think my math lab will give you a whole nother problem. Mastering physics doesn't give you a whole nother problem. You just have lost any points. So don't hit request answer. Review, the link up here, will take you to the section of the book this problem is from. So if you forgot a formula or a concept or something like that, you can hit review. For these problems where you supply the answer, you have an unlimited amount of chances. So you can try this 100 times and then get it right on the 101st time, and you get full points for that. So I don't cut this off at like 6 tries or anything like that. Okay, so you just put the answer in. Here the units are provided for you. They aren't always, but here it is. And then you hit submit, and you can see see if you got it right or not. You can go through all the different questions if you want to, one after the next. Here's the next one, that sort of thing. Okay, go back to the whole list if you want. Okay, so they're all here for you. You can bounce around if you want to. So I will be putting up some homework help videos. I haven't done that yet, but I will before the first day of class. Okay, excellent. So again, mastering physics, what do you get out of it? The e-text, which you'll definitely need. The study area, which you may or may not get to. Hopefully you have time to do that, and you'll definitely see the homework questions there. Now the intro is actually going to be for bonus points. So there's 4 questions on the intro to mastering, and I set that up to be when it's imported to Brightspace for bonus points. So you could, in theory, get above 100% on the homework. Okay. Now I know there's ways of getting the answers online, different things like that, which is, I mean, that's just the way it is. That will not help you on the test, though. You can't get the answers for the test online. So it's to your benefit to learn how to actually do these problems, right? That'll only help you on the tests. Okay, let's go back to the syllabus. Okay, here we are. So you see where to get this all going with the mastering. That's where the homework are. Labs. For labs, you'll work independently through Pivot Interactive website. It's another website, and I will provide you all that information on Monday. Okay, so this is an asynchronous class. We don't have specific meeting times, but we do have specific deadlines. So keep those in mind. And if you're sick for a week or whatever happened to you, you missed half the week because you couldn't even access the internet because you're so sick, let me know so we can take that into account and adjust due dates that you might have. Okay. Best way to get in contact with me, though, is through my email address, gbricker@pnw.edu. Okay. How do the grades come about? Not apart. About homework, 20%, so that's 20% of your grade. Lab score, 20%. And then we'll have 3 tests. Those are each 20%, so that adds up to 100%. I use a plus-minus scale, as you can see here. So kind of a standard thing here. It's maybe even a little easier than some. I've seen some 90 to 92 is 90 to 93 some people make as an A-. Maybe not, but that's this is how mine is. Okay. Missed test. If you have to miss tests or something happens to you, let me know beforehand or at the time. Not like 2 weeks later. That won't work. So the way the tests are going to work, I'm going to email you the test, and then you'll have 2 hours or so. We'll have to come up with a time to finish it, make a copy of it, and then send it back to me. So you get graded on your work, not your answers. If you write down the correct answer with no work, you get 0 points. You have to show your work. Okay, so more about that when the time actually comes, and I'll show you on the schedule when the 3 tests are. But that's the way they'll work. I'll email them to you. You'll write them out. My Google Drive, if you have a Android phone, it's really easy to make a PDF that way. You can do it in probably less than 2 minutes or something like that, and then just send it back to me. Okay, more about that later. Okay, so here's a few things to read through. Students with disabilities, there's some information about who to contact down here, email addresses and phone numbers, mental health and well-being. Okay, so take a look at here. There's some resources down here as well for you. Non-discrimination policy, same thing. Some email addresses and phone numbers here for you. Emergency preparedness, information sheet with instructions of various types of possible emergencies is listed in each room on campus. This is an online class, so the only thing I could really think of is, the internet, the website goes down or something like that. We might have to take that into consideration. Okay, COVID-19 preparedness, read through that. I'm sure you've seen this before. Zoom etiquette, this will come into play if you ever want to have a Zoom meeting with me. We can have sort of like an office hour. Just you contact me, we'll set it up. Okay. Through Brightspace, I can see when you log in and how much time you spend and how much time you're spending on homework, the last time you logged in, the amount of time you were there, that sort of thing. So I take a look at that just to see if somebody's completely not engaged with the class at all. Hopefully you don't let even one day go by. I mean, again, one day is like letting 3 days go by. Okay. Here's the schedule. I broke it down by weeks, so we've got 6 weeks. First week, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and Chapter 3. There's a couple of homework assignments due. There's a bonus homework assignment due. And then we will have the first lab, which is called the Rolling Ball Challenge. And it'll be due Sunday, 5/23. So I imagine you're going to be working on physics just about every day of the week. Week 2, homework 3 will be due. Homework 4 will be due. Chapter 4 is in 4 and 5. So cool stuff here. First, we talk about describing motion. Even up into 3-dimensional motion, and then we go into what's causing the motion, Newton's laws. Another lab is due. Now the first test I'm going to be emailing out Sunday, May 30th at 5 p.m. So, set that time aside. I mean, I'll email it to you, and then you'll have to get the test, work on it, and send it back to me. So if you know this day and time's not going to work for you, let me know right away and we can come up with some other arrangement. But I figured this is the weekend. A lot of people work during the week. I know a lot of people work on the weekends too. Maybe this is a slower time. I don't know. That's just my what I think, but that could be completely wrong. So let me know if that's going to work out. Week 3, we go into momentum and energy, circular motion. So we jump around just a little bit. First 5 chapters in a row, and then we go to 9 and 10. And then a little bit, then go sort of back to schedule with going back to Chapter 6. And you can see when homework 5 and homework 6 are due. And then the 4th week of class, June 7th through June 13th. A couple more homework assignments are due. And then the exam 2, which is just covering material that we, new material since exam 1. There's some overlap between stuff, so it's not completely devoid of any information from 1 or 2, but that's just sort of the way physics works. But anyway, the focus of exam 2 is on 9, 10, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we have got a couple more labs here, and then the last couple of weeks of class, 14th through the 20th, we go up to simple harmonic motion. That's what SHM is. Not shaking my head messed up or something like that. 1 homework assignment due this week. Here's the lab. And then the last week of class, the previous tests had been on a Sunday. Make note of those days again. This test is on a Wednesday. So, make sure that you have this time cleared at 5 p.m. This 6 weeks section actually ends June 25th, which is a Friday. So I have to schedule this test a little bit earlier. It's over slightly less material as well, all this stuff. So Wednesday, 5 p.m., I will be emailing the test out to you, finish it up, send it back to me. Okay? Good. I can't think of anything else to really say. What you should do, though, first thing is go to that mastering link and get set up with the book, the homework, and all that stuff. Kind of take a look around Brightspace, make sure you know where things are. Get started with this week 1 module. start reading the first 3 chapters. Here are PowerPoints that go along with it. Homework help videos will be there by Monday. Take a look through these content videos. I mean, these are all here for you as well. Again, the lab, I'll have more information for that as well on Monday. Homework assignments, I just put a folder here so you have easy access to them. Intro, Homework 1, Homework 2. You could access these through Mastering if you wanted to, and it's also on the calendar. I had to make a separate folder here to be able to put them on the calendar. That's why they're actually here. Other than that, I wouldn't put them here. You would just get them directly through Mastering. But to put them on the calendar, which I think is beneficial to you, I had to make that folder. What am I talking about, the calendar? I mentioned it before, but here on the front here, you can see when these things are due. Okay, any questions, email me right away. It's going to be a good semester, but it's going to be a sprint. So, make sure you get off to a good start, and we'll take it from there. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.